Hey guys, it's time for the penultimate episode of the tournament.
What is that from?
That's from Life.
No.
The second to the last thing is the penultimate.
I know, but that's from like a show where
It's
they
from-
were like
it's from Life.
penultimate.
Oh,
Are you
boy.
confusing that with Pen 15?
No, I
Okay.
don't even know what that is.
Holy cow. Well, the folks you hear talking is Russ. I'm here as always. Kyle is with us, and then along for the ride. I only get to use this one more time.
Thank God.
If anyone would like to go ahead and explain what Pen 15 means to Michelle, go right ahead.
I know what it means, but you acted like it was something I was supposed to know. Like, is it a thing? Like,
So welcome to this. Welcome to the
TV
second to
show?
the last tournament episode,
we're falling apart here.
where we are going to share. Yeah. Thankfully, second to last. You ever seen
been
one
a
of
long road.
those old like Bugs Bunny cartoons where like the car starts out good and then by the finish line it's like just the steering wheel? Excellent.
Yep.
That's where we're at on the tournament. Main episode's still going strong though. New one out on Monday. So, anyways, last week we had the last matchup that for what was going to be the last record in the finals, and it was Prince and the Revolution Purple Rain versus Pearl Jam 10. And about halfway through the tournament, things switched over and we started letting social media decide what the outcome was going to be. So, what we're going to do first, before we get into announcing which record won, which there's going to be a little bit of controversy around, I think, which record won and why. But before we get into which record won and why, as always,
Feedback, Joe. Don't worry about that. Right. Where would rock and roll be without feedback?
because we have wonderful listeners, we have a whole lot of feedback to share. So this is going to be pretty fun. Oh, I just realized this. Oh, we'll have feedback to share next week.
Yeah.
I was going to say this is the last time, but how are you guys going to decide?
I was just thinking about that, actually. I don't know.
I always decide how we decide, so this time you
Do you,
decide.
want me to boot up NBA Jam or Mortal Kombat? And,
Rock, paper, scissors.
We already did that.
I know, but we're running out of activities to do while we're sitting down here.
Yep, yeah, and maybe people can give us ideas for the last one.
And I cheat while I do the thumb
You
war,
did
so.
cheat when you did the thumb war. I was
So
there.
I'm trying not to win, right?
It's like WrestleMania 3 with Andre getting slammed. I was there. I saw it. I saw you. I was there the day that you. It's like the Montreal screw job. Like, I saw it. I saw the time that you cheated at thumb wrestle.
If you,
so
if you don't want to go first, you're trying not to win.
She's going to do paper every time.
Just so you're aware.
Spoiler alert, she's going to do paper every time. All right, go. So
we have a winner, and it's not me.
yeah, so Michelle, share with us the feedback from. Start us off with the feedback.
No.
I don't even know why it's that important to you because like you guys go round robin anyways.
That is true.
I don't want to go first.
Plus, you can read. I've seen it.
Can I? All right. Our acquaintance of the show, Joe.
No, he's been on now.
Just kidding.
He's been re-upgraded to his status was restored.
To friend of the show,
Friend of the show, Joe.
All right.
Yeah.
He said this is the toughest decision by far during these bonus episodes, and he doesn't think it'll change regardless of who's in the finals. There's literally nothing to nitpick on either album. Every song is a monster, stone cold classic in the artist's vast discography. Each album is sequenced perfectly without any filler or stinkers whatsoever. Every song is perfectly cultivated without any run-on. Album to album, it is a virtual tie. However, I will cast my vote no matter how much it pains me, and his vote goes to Pearl Jam 10.
Which is like, how are you going to go on about how great,
And,
and then just be like, also, 10.
He does say that.
But one
it's
thing I think it gets pointed out a couple of times in here though. But like sequencing is super. Like I've talked to you about this for years. Like the album sequences, like the track listing is so important to me, and I can't even use that with either of these records. Like they're perfect the way they go.
He does say that it's a perfect 10 out of 10 debut record of the greatest American rock and roll band in history. I just wanted to point that out.
All right. Well, do you disagree?
Oh,
or
yeah.
Who's the greatest rock and roll band in
I don't
American
know, but
history?
it's not Pearl Jam.
Holy cow. Is it because they wrote once? That immediately took them out of the
You're
running?
out.
What do you got over there, Kyle?
Mike D also said it was another tough one. Purple Rain was a feast for the ears, with multiple genres all rolled into one 44-minute masterpiece. I could not agree more. Darling Nikki was another PMRC nightmare.
The only note I had on that when I read it is Darling Nikki was the PMRC nightmare.
That's what unrolled it all.
Yeah, it's the thing that cut the whole thing off.
Yeah, Prince was well on his way to superstardom. 10 comes out, I'm 21, and it hit me immediately. These guys were young, hungry, and loud. Just what I needed to cure my hairband hangover.
That hurts my heart, but go on. I'm going to let that slide.
Black and Garden are two of my favorite Pearl Jam songs. I'm going with 10 based on how the music made me feel the first time I heard it. Boom.
Going strong for 10 so far.
All right. Joe H. Says that 2 albums easily in my top 20 of all time for very different reasons. When Doves Cry was my first introduction to Prince, and he still loves that song. So many hits in one album, so hard to pick anything over it, yet I'm going to take 10 over Purple Rain. It's close to flawless to me. My first introduction to Pearl Jam was 7th Row at a Summerfest in Milwaukee. Hadn't heard the album at this point, but the live show was amazing. When I got the album shortly after, it didn't disappoint. No stinkers, musically and vocally solid across the board. Catch me on the right day, and this might be album number 1 on my list.
Wow.
That's what he said.
Also, catching Pearl Jam back before you got 10, that would have been a rad show.
Yeah, right.
I didn't see him till like the Versus tour. I've seen him several times since then, but I didn't see him like prior to the Versus album coming out, and they were still stellar then, that's for sure.
I'm actually shocked by how many people are voting for Pearl Jam against Prince. I don't know. I mean...
Yeah, well, there's more to the story.
That's crazy.
We'll get there in a minute. And I was also surprised when I looked at the Facebook feedback.
I was expecting them all to be like, Prince.
Yeah.
There's all voted for?
There's a couple, I think so, but there's a couple from Facebook for Purple Rain. I can't remember.
You said Pearl Jam, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So there are a couple from Facebook for Purple Rain, which you guys probably should be getting to soon. But then we will share the overall social media results, which were far different from Facebook. So
Alex S. said, I'm deep in an early Pearl Jam phase at the moment. They were just fantastic, and 10 still holds up incredibly well. I dig Prince, but his music never moved me as much as Pearl Jam's has. So my vote goes to 10.
All right.
All right. This is my last one. But it's a doozy.
It's a doozy.
Jeffrey D. says, this is a tough choice. I am so torn between the two. Purple Rain is one of my favorite albums, and Pearl Jam is another one of them. So damn you for making me choose.
So that's last week. It was Jamie P. said, damn us for making him buy new records.
Oh, yeah.
And now Jeff is upset with us for having him make this choice.
He said, when Purple Rain came out, I had just finished my first year in college. I literally went through 3 cassettes of it before the summer was over. I'm very emotionally attached to this record. Pearl Jam 10 came out at the end of the summer of 1991. I'm going to be honest here, my wife loved it from day one. I boycotted it for several years, just because everyone was making such a fuss over it. I literally didn't listen to it for years after it was released. Then one day, I put on her favorite record, and I felt like an idiot. I mean, what the literal fuck was I thinking? Jesus, this is a great album. I couldn't put it down after that. I apologized to my wife for making fun of her for listening to, air quotes, Hurl Jam, as I called them before.
So many insults flying around. There's no need for this.
10 is the greatest debut album I've ever heard. 10 is fantastic front to back, rip your face off rock album. It doesn't let up from Once to release. It's pure genius. What a way to open up with Once. That song is great. Then to finish with Release, which is as good as Once. This album is a 10 out of 10. Purple Rain is so diverse. Prince is doing everything on this record, from rock to R&B to love songs, and it has Motown vibes at times. It has everything. With all that being said, with much thought and playing over these albums several times this weekend on a 900-mile road trip, my vote is for Pearl Jam 10. As much as I love Purple Rain, if both these albums were in front of me, I'm definitely listening to both of them, of course, but I'm listening to 10 first. If we were comparing a different Prince album, this outcome might be different, but we aren't, so I'm sticking to my choice.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Where, like, if it were me, I would have, picked a different Pearl Jam record. But Prince record. But I just thought overall, this is probably his most accessible one to put in a tournament.
I might be late to the party, but I've never heard Pearl Jam referenced as Hurl Jam, and that is fucking awesome.
Yeah, well, you should have been hanging around Jeff in 1991 because you could have been invited to the Hurl Jam party.
Oh, damn, that's funny.
What else you got?
Mario G. This wasn't that hard for me. Though both albums are masterpieces from start to finish, if you ask me which one I'm going to spend 9 times out of 10 picking, I'm picking Purple Rain.
Yes.
I'm not going to deep dive these albums again, but if I hear almost any song from Purple Rain, I will listen to the remainder of the album sometime soon after. This has never happened to me with 10, and that's why I'm picking Purple Rain. It was that simple for me.
Purple Rain making a comeback.
Yeah.
I got one more, and it's Jamie P. He says, can I start by saying how nice it is to find this at the top of the feed? How does Michelle do it?
Well, let me tell you, Jamie P.
Wait, is that the pin technology you were telling me about?
You got to explain your pinning skills now.
I pin it to the top.
Will you film a tutorial?
Yep, I'll put it on the YouTube.
It'll be on our YouTube page.
Yep.
All right, go on.
He said, unfortunately, I am once again unable to go too deep on these two. Let me say that from a nostalgia standpoint, they are on a similar level for me and completely stinker and skipper free. These albums were both a quantum shift for me. Purple Rain opened up my consciousness to multiple genres of music that I didn't listen to before it. 10 marked a return to real life and real issues to rock and roll for me. Both were so outside of the box for their times, and yet both are timeless and still important today. While I love that 10 helped me bring out my beloved rock back into seriousness, I will be forever grateful to Prince and Purple Rain for broadening my horizons musically. So I vote for Purple Rain.
Yes!
Holy cow. It's a celebration. I mean, even though it's Michael still, I mean, that was you being excited. So here's the thing. We've been letting social media decide this, and I haven't put a lot of information out there about Twitter, but I've been running Twitter polls every week along with the Facebook comments that we're asking for. And every week, Twitter has absolutely decided with what we've had on Facebook for votes.
Yeah.
So I haven't really mentioned it much because it just was like, hundreds of votes against whatever. So I haven't mentioned it a lot. Well, this week it was completely the opposite from Facebook. So the total votes from Facebook and Twitter, Purple Rain actually ended up winning by quite a bit. So the total votes for Purple Rain between Twitter and Facebook was 54 votes. And total votes for Pearl Jam 10 between Twitter and Facebook was 26. So although the feedback on the page makes it look like Pearl Jam won,
they did not.
Prince and the Revolution are absolutely moving on to the final round. And Joe Walsh is excited about it.
Yep.
Joe Walsh is excited about it. So I just want to make sure that everybody's clear on that. Like, I think we've damn near begged for everybody to follow us on all social media enough. So,
come at me.
Hopefully some people got involved in those votes, and maybe some of those 26 were the folks that commented on Facebook or whatever. I don't know. But having said that, out of all things being equal, the final round of the tournament is going to be yeah, that's not at all annoying. The final round of the tournament is going to be Led Zeppelin 4, which the way that it made its way here was it first beat Garth Brooks' No Fences, then it beat Metallica's The Black Album, and then came up against Carole King Tapestry, and therefore Led Zeppelin 4 is in the finals. That will be going against Prince and the Revolution Purple Rain, which had a really hard road. It first knocked out Fleetwood Mac Rumors, then it knocked out Michael Jackson Thriller, then it knocked out Pearl Jam 10. So holy cow. Purple Rain.
Damn.
Yeah, Purple Rain is like, it's an amazing record, which we'll get into in a couple of minutes, but like, you talk about a Cinderella story. Holy cow. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, to beat like those many records in a row to end up here.
R.I.P. to all my choices.
Yeah. We'll get into that next week. We'll bust out the 40-year-old Canadian Club. But I do want to say that almost every comment we got on Twitter didn't come with just, Purple Rain, for sure. Like, almost every comment from Twitter was like, actually, we had a whole bunch of people leave gifts that were like, I can't choose, or like someone dropping to their knees being like, no, or whatever. We had a whole lot of that, but then almost everybody who voted for Purple Rain echoed like Joe and Mike's thoughts and Jeff and everybody, and it was like, oh, this is razor thin, but for me it's Purple Rain, or you know what I mean? Like, so I didn't call a lot of those comments because a lot of it was just very quick like that, and it was easier for me just to recap it this way. So, holy cow, how do you guys feel about the two final records?
Good.
Michelle feels real good. She was going to be mad for a second, and now she's feeling real good. So, as we always do about this time, we are going to take a quick break, and then once we come back, we are going to tell you what we think should win in the final round. Or Michelle and Kyle are going to come back, and I'm just going to run away because I do not want to say this. So, we'll be back in just a second.
I'm Lauren.
And I'm Sydney.
And we are
Historically Accurate.
We are long-lost sisters with a common interest in people and events in history.
Join us on Friday evenings starting August 7th with the life story of Walter Mercado.
Every week, we will bring you on a new and exciting journey through the stories of the people and events that shaped the world.
In a world of utter randomness, one podcast stood out from the bunch, and it was The Amazing World of Talking Shiz.
Sorry, I had to clear my throat there. It's just mainly randomness. And focus
It's
is
definitely
not being
not there.
focused on at all.
No. Our podcast is definitely no theme at all. It's literally random and talk about literally everything and throwing in random jokes at any given time.
We're on Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. So go ahead, tune in. New episodes weekly.
And we're international.
International.
Very,
Yes.
very well. So tune in. Follow us on Twitter. See you there.
So we're back at the part that no one wants to get to, especially me. Well, I know Michelle is raring to give her whole deal. I know that, but at least me, this is tough. I know I joked a couple weeks ago about like having changed my mind several times throughout the day, and this was like that or worse as far as a vote goes,
Yeah.
at least for me. So we'll go through everybody. Michelle, I think we know yours, but if it's Led Zeppelin 4 and Purple Rain, which one are you getting?
Purple Rain.
Now, do you like? Is it only because? And I'm not being funny. Is it only because like it beat Rumors, and so
No.
okay, like you just like that record overall better than?
I would definitely put it on before Led Zeppelin.
Okay.
10 out of 10 would put it on over Led Zeppelin.
No one wants your numbers. we've
Those don't count.
Yeah, we've made that clear. No one wants your numbers.
That's not true.
No, it is. Trust me, I've read all of the feedback from everywhere, and trust me, no one wants your numbers. Kyle, if you're looking at Led Zeppelin 4 laying on the table and Purple Rain laying on the table, which one are you picking up first?
Purple Rain.
So
Damn.
I'm going to be the odd one out.
Get out.
I know. Yeah.
Remember that one
I'm gonna
time
go.
when we were a 3-person show? Do you remember that?
Yeah. This is going to be awkward with you guys recording at my house from now on.
And asking you to edit it?
You'll just hear me halfway through every episode. Can I come down?
No.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the notes that I made for myself to remind myself why I made this difficult decision. I loved both albums as soon as I heard them. No, like as soon as I heard both of these records, like there was no like Led Zeppelin 4 didn't grow on me, Purple Rain didn't grow on me. Like the moment that I heard both records, I was just like, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened. For me, I can't even look at them and go, well, I like one more than the other. I truly love these albums equally. So I started to look at some other factors. You can't even go into sales because they've both sold a bajillion copies.
Is that an accurate number?
Yes, that is. Yep.
So if I look it up right now.
Yeah, it'll say 1 bajillion.
Okay.
They both did that. So, and then one thing that I thought was going to be a deciding factor, I started combing back through some of the feedback we got, and I thought, well, maybe I can find my answer here. And the biggest thing that stuck out to me was something that was said about Purple Rain, about Led Zeppelin 4, where Mike Downing had said that Led Zeppelin 4 caused him to look forward and backward into Led Zeppelin's catalog, but Carole King didn't.
Yeah.
Both of these records did that for me with both artists. Like Prince, all of my love of Prince started the first time I heard Purple Rain, and I immediately went back before it, and then everything he did after that, I was like the first guy in line.
What number is the record is this?
I want to say it's 5th.
Okay. What did you go 5th?
Well, there's For You, Prince, Controversy, Dirty Mind, 1999, and then Purple Rain, so 6th.
They have too many fingers there.
Because I went through 5 and then started counting again. See, you shouldn't be around numbers. So
I like math, though.
But everything that came out from Prince after that, I was right on top of. Led Zeppelin's discography had already finished, but by the time I heard 4, I went back and heard 1, 2, 3, and then everything that came, the 5 albums that came after it.
Mm-hmm.
So these are both obviously Pearl Jam, but Purple Rain was the first Prince album you ever heard?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
You probably said that before. I don't listen.
Yeah, I was like 8 when it came out or whatever, and it was already a whole ordeal getting it, as we discussed in the PRMRC episode. So now Purple Rain does have more variety for sure. There's just Led Zeppelin 4 is just a rock album. It's just a rock album. Purple Rain is a rock album and an R&B album, and it's got ballads, and it's a funk album, and it's a dance album. Like I get that, but for me, the deciding factor between these two records specifically is influence. Led Zeppelin 4 has launched 1 billion guitar players. There's jokes about don't walk into a guitar store and play Stairway to Heaven, because that's the first thing every guitar player learns to play is Stairway to Heaven.
Really?
Yeah. I know I'm not being funny. You've never seen Wayne's World. There's a whole thing where he's trying to buy this guitar the whole movie, and he walks in. The first thing he does is he picks up and he goes to play, and the guy grabs the fretboard, the salesperson, and is like, hey, didn't you see the sign? And he turns around. There's a sign that says no stairway. And Wayne's like, no stairway denied, and whatever. But like, there's that running joke about that. But like, there's a billion kids who have picked up a Les Paul because of Led Zeppelin 4. Like, they heard the riff to Black Dog. Hey, mama.
Yeah.
Heard the riff to Black Dog, heard the solo in Stairway. We have Zakk Wylde because of the solo in Stairway. Now, one thing I want to make clear, though, is that we're talking about these two records specifically, because if you get into the overall artist influence, Prince launched a million ships. As far as R&B.
So if these two are laying on the table, you're going to
I would put on Led Zeppelin 4 first. And then,
that's shocking
and
to
then
me.
halfway through Black Dog, be really sad that I didn't put Purple Rain on.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, like, as in, I would listen to the one before the other. If that was the thing, like, you have to pick which of these records is better, I would pick Led Zeppelin 4 as the better record, but because of I've eliminated everything else, and the one reason I can think of is it's far more influential to music. That one record specifically. Like, I think, like, take somebody like Questlove, who we probably only have because of an artist like Prince. Okay? If you say to him, what's the most influential thing about Prince? Purple Rain's going to be like the 6th or 7th thing that he lists. But if you go talk to like any famous guitar player and you're like, why do you play guitar? And if they say Jimmy Page and you're like, why? They're going to be like, well, I got Led Zeppelin 4 when I was 8. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not saying my reasoning is right. That's how I came to this decision.
Well, I guess we're going to find out who's right.
And as you've said on the show, I've said on the show, like, I have a purple Prince tattoo. Like, I own far more Prince material than I do Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin only had 9 records in the studio and a couple of live records and a couple of hits packages and all that stuff. And Prince released, 35 some studio records. So
holy shit.
Yeah, and I have a metric crap ton of Prince material, but we're talking about this record versus that record.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even if this was like my favorite Led Zeppelin record is the one before, it's Led Zeppelin 3. If we were talking about Led Zeppelin 3, Purple Rain would have won this easily. Even though Led Zeppelin 3 is my favorite record, a total of no one has been influenced by Led Zeppelin 3.
Yeah, but this isn't about influence. It's about what you would pick.
Which is why I listed off all the other things. I love both albums equally. Both of them had an influence on me to follow the artist either way. So I started looking at outside factors.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not saying that's right. I'm just saying that's the only way I could make this decision. It would have just been me being like, I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm not making a decision. And you'd have been like, no, but you have to. And I'd have been like, okay, well, bye. So that's my thoughts on it. And there might be, who knows? The Facebook comments, people might be like, no, Led Zeppelin 4 is just a better record, or Purple Rain is just a better record. I truly don't know how this is going to go. I will be putting up a Twitter poll again, just as FYI. If you don't follow us, twitter.com/Infectious Groove Pod. So that's where we're at. So we got from us, because we all forgot how we stood last week. It's 2 Pearl Jams, two Pearl. They're not even in this.
I know. I made that mistake earlier in the show, and I was like, what is even happening right now? We're literally off for rockers. That's
why I said the cartoon thing.
Yeah. We're motoring right up to the finish line here.
We got 2 Purple Rains versus a Led Zeppelin at this point. Yes. Okay. Before we finish up and with the penultimate episode, sorry to use that.
That's from something.
Sorry. Yes, words. It's from the dictionary.
Somebody tell me what TV show that's from.
There's this book.
Movie.
There's this book that has all the words in it. It's not Twilight or the Bible.
Shut the front door.
Shut the front door. So, anyways, before we peace out of this second to the last episode, which, by the way, next week's episode, not only will we announce the winner from all the social media, but we're also going to have a little fun. I'm going to bring up the actual tournament bracket, and we'll talk about some poor decisions that were made along the way. And
I don't believe any poor decisions were made.
And that's part of the problem. So before we kick this off, do you guys have any last thoughts on like these 2 records against each other? Have I confused you again to where maybe now you want to change your vote or no?
No, I was shocked how much I liked Led Zeppelin 4, but it definitely, to me, is not.
For you, it's Purple Rain.
It's Purple Rain.
Yeah, to me, 4 just wears on me faster than Purple Rain does, just because there's the lack of variety that is on it.
I feel like for you guys, and I'm not being funny when I say this, I feel like for you guys, like, Stairway is probably in the minus column.
Oh, absolutely.
Because both of you very much like a 3-4 minute, like, in and out rock or pop song. And I feel like about the time Stairway hits the dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, like, both of you might be like, why is this still happening?
So, and this is weird to say, but I feel like Stairway is very overplayed for me.
Did you know Stairway is the most played song in the history alternative FM.
Yeah. But like also
mostly because of smoke and piss breaks, but that's why.
Purple Rain is on the radio all the time too, and it's like, so I don't know.
It still feels fresher to you, I guess. Well, it also has 13 years on. Or Zeppelin 4's got 13 years.
I also just think that Purple Rain in general is a more polished project than 4.
Oh, for sure.
And 4 is not supposed to be polished, I guess. It's supposed to sound raw and edgy like it does.
Well,
but
it's also their 4th time out of the gate. Like it's time to get a little more polished.
Yeah.
You know, I think you could definitely say that for 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I think actually I would make the argument 3 is more polished than 4. So they probably took a step back.
Are we talking into Purple Rain?
No. Did a million people pick up guitars because of Purple Rain? No? All right.
You know, I don't know a million people who play guitar, so...
Well, I do.
Oh, my gosh.
Bumblefoot counts as like 500,000, though. Because he can do the job of that many people at once. Anyways, yeah, maybe that could be it, too. It's just you like the not slicker production, but...
Yeah, I think to
more
me,
variety.
There's more variety, and 4 has just gotten so played out because I've heard the big smash songs off of that record over and over and over and over again, and kind of the same with Prince as far as like hearing it over and over again, but I just hear it less often. I guess.
Yeah, my parents are very much. Listen to classic rock like 94.7, which is like a local Detroit station. Every time I hear any Led Zeppelin song, I'm just like, ugh. It's just what I grew up listening to.
You're guaranteed to hear Black Dog like every like half hour.
Oh, for sure.
But again, you know, to bring it into my wheelhouse though, that's because
there's
people,
a reason for it.
That's a million people.
And I'm sorry,
I
think that has a lot to do with it. Like, I really liked the album when I sat down and listened to it, and I was actually shocked. But like, for me, I did not grow up with a Prince influence, and I came on to it later in life, and so like this is very much my favorite album over the two.
Right.
I find that radio makes me dislike things a lot because of how frequently the songs are played, and I think that is maybe what happened with 4. I heard it so many goddamn
It's definitely
times.
the Zeppelin record that you hear the most from on the radio. There's other albums they have where like Physical Graffiti is a double LP set, and the only song you ever hear on the radio is Kashmir, but you hear it constantly.
Right,
You know, so. But anyways, okay, cool. Well, I appreciate your guys' feedback, and I certainly appreciate the listener feedback. Holy cow, I think this is going to be a tough one for people. I think it's going to be tougher than most people think it is when they really think about it.
Yeah.
So,
I hope so.
We appreciate everything everybody's put into this tournament so far, and we'll put up the post and the votes and everything. And
I'm going to pin it.
We look for... Just going to pin it. Bye.
Bye.